evening and welcome into Wild Health Field for some Atlantic League of Professional Baseball action tonight, folks, on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. I'm Michael Watkins here with you on the call once again on a Tuesday night. It is free hot dog night, and if you're wondering why it is you hear me only on Tuesdays and Thursdays, well, Tuesdays is, obviously free hot dog night, and Thursday. What other nights would you want to be at the ballpark? Well, there's a lot to look forward to when you come to a Lexington Legends or a Wild Health Genomes game. And tonight the Champs are back in town as they start a three-game series against the High Point Rockers. And the Legends are in much need of some victories. We'll look at the standings here in just a few moments, but we'll first look at the lineups for these two teams. The Legends and the High Point Rockers. The visiting team will have at third base Russell. He'll be leading things off for the High Point Rockers. Batting second, a very familiar name for Legends fans, Ben Aklinski, who was absolutely incredible last year and a big reason for the Legends winning that championship in their first season in the ALPB. Aklinski playing in center field. He will bat second for the Rockers. Batting third is Wheel, the left fielder. Batting fourth, the first baseman Downs. Batting fifth, the DH Lattimore. Batting sixth, the shortstop Ladendorf. Batting seventh, the right fielder Gonzalez. Batting eighth will be the catcher Gulino. And batting ninth is the second baseman Alfonso. The lineup for the defending ALPB champs, the Lexington Legends, looks like this. In center field and leading things off, Boog Powell. Batting second, playing right, is Phillip Irvin. Batting third, playing left field, Courtney Hawkins. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Isaias Tejeda. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Manuel Geraldo. Batting sixth is the catcher Estrada. Batting seventh, third baseman, Montrell Marshall. Batting eighth is the second baseman, Cesar Cuevas. And batting ninth in the DH role tonight is Tillman Pugh. So the standings for the second half have come out, and right now these two teams battling for a spot in the postseason. The Legends currently sit at 4-7 in the second half of the year, and the High Point Rockers are currently 1-10 in the South Division. They're at the bottom of the basement as it stands right now in the second half of the season. But the Legends have lost four straight. 4-7 now after a 4-3 start to the second half of the year. So now coming home for 6 straight games. We'll see if they can find their winning ways. David LeBron will take the mound for Lexington tonight. 2-2 with a 5.82 ERA, 21 2/3 innings pitched. LeBron on the season has given up 25 hits, 14 earned runs, 4 home runs, and he has struck out 19 while walking 13. For the Rockers, Scalero will get the start tonight. He's 2-2 with a 4.81 ERA in 5 starts, 24 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 23 hits in that span, a pair of home runs, has struck out 23, 13 earned runs, and 13 walks in those 24 1/3 innings pitched. Looking back at the first half standings, High Point finished with a 39-27 record in the South Division in the first half of the year, but a complete turnaround with how their things have shaken out in the second half of the year. Of course, the Legends kind of middle of the pack in the standings right now overall. But again, you got to try to find a way to string some wins together. The Legends currently have the longest losing streak in the ALPB, losing 4 straight. The Long Island Ducks have lost 3 in a row. The Dirty Birds of Charleston have lost a pair of games straight. And the Ferry Hawks lost a game on Sunday. That's their first loss in a row. So we're trying to get some wins strung together here. We'll see if they can get it started here tonight. Lexington and the High Point Rockers. We're here live on the Legends YouTube channel. First pitch and the national anthem right around the corner. We'll be right back, folks. Do not go anywhere. Let's play ball in Lexington, the Legends and the High Point Rockers. And a great rendition there by Hugh Davis in the national anthem once again. Hugh pointing out, I love when Hugh points out some stats for me. So 45 years, 6 months, and 23 days. That was the age of Ricky Henderson when he homered for Newark on July 17th, 2004. That's the anniversary to that. No, it's the 19th. What are we looking at that for? What are you pointing out weird stats for me, Hugh? Keep looking at it. All right, age of Lou Ford, 45 years, 11 months, 1 day when he homered versus Lexington on July 13th. So that was just last week. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so Ford became the oldest player in the ALPB to hit a home run. We're trying to find that stat here. Hugh Davis trying to point that out for me. How about this? 11 combined home runs on July 13th for the Legends and the Long Island Ducks. 6 from Lexington, 5 from Long Island last week. So that was interesting as well. We get the ALPB bullpen, some of the notes from around the league. Lexington slammed 6 home runs in back-to-back games versus Long Island last week. Southern Maryland had 4 triples in a 7-inning game versus Staten Island on the same day, and Long Island put up 8 runs in the second inning versus Lexington on the 12th, and then hit a season-high 5 homers in that game versus the Legends on the 13th. So we'll see if the home team brought some of that power back home with them as David LeBron takes the mound again. A 2-2 record, a 5.82 ERA, and LeBron trying to do a LeBron James-esque performance here in a big game for the Legends as they return home and try to squeak out a victory against the High Point Rockers. Glad to have you tuned in here, folks, on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. The Dream Team is back together. We've got Keith Hardiman and Hugh Davis and Bill Salee here with us tonight. Bill doing the PA announcing. We got Keith on the official stats and Hugh Davis running the scoreboard and the official stat keeper. And we've also got William Warfield, who streamed the game for the Legends, I think, for what, would say 7 years, 11 years? Something like that, 7 years. 7 years, William Warfield was the streaming person here for the Legends for so long, and after last season, he stepped down in that role. He's here, was a member of the ones throwing out the first pitch tonight. So everybody from last year, minus Cam and Megan, up here in the booth normally, here back with you all tonight. So we're back to action, or starting action with LeBron throwing a pitch out of the zone and quickly comes right back with a strike as he faces off against Russell. Broadcasting live here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Russell as Michael takes a pitch on the outside, 2-1. Glad to have you all tuned in on what should be a good night of baseball. The Legends, again, in desperate need of a victory here. Russell will foul this one off down the right field line, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to the third baseman for the High Point Rockers, Michael Russell, and he'll take another one out of the zone as the count goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes. A full count to the leadoff man for the High Point Rockers. And he'll walk to lead off the game. Not a great start for David LeBron as he walks the leadoff man after the count runs full. So a really good at-bat for Michael Russell. LeBron Gets the sign from Estrada behind home plate. Now working from the stretch, facing off against Ben Klinsky, former Lexington legend. Klinsky last year was one of those utility guys that played, it seemed like, every position on the field, hit in every different spot in the lineup, and was a dynamic hitter and performer for the Legends last season. LeBron with a 1-1 count to Klinsky, who awaits the pitch. And it swung on and missed as the count goes to 1-2. Ben last year was a guy that could lead off, bat second, bat third, bat fourth, bat fifth, or bat at the bottom of the lineup, and it seemed like no matter where you put him, he was a guy that could display some power, and was, again, one of the big reasons why the Legends were able to win that championship last year, along with many other reasons. But the bats primarily were the biggest difference between what the Legends were able to put out there and some of their opponents last season. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Klinsky. Russell, a tremendous lead off of first. Pitch comes in, but it does not catch the plate. And just as Michael Russell had in his at-bat to lead off the ball game, we got a full count to Ben Klinsky. The payoff pitch, and back-to-back walks from LeBron as the Rockers put the first 2 men aboard. And much to the chagrin of David LeBron, both guys faced a full count before coaxing the walk to get aboard. So now with LeBron facing Wheel, the left fielder, first pitch strike. Let's see if the Legends can find a rhythm here with LeBron on the mound. Checks on the lead runner, Russell. And the pitch taken outside, a ball and a strike. One and one, the count to the High Point left fielder. LeBron's pitch swung on and missed. He'll throw down and not going to be in time, Chris Minter says, as he comes up to the bag at first to make sure Tejeda was not able to apply that tag. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count. Xander this year, 20 home runs, 64 RBI, a 284 average. Big, strong power hitter for the High Point Rockers. LeBron delivers the 2-2. It swung on and missed, and down goes Wheel for the first out of the ball game. So a pair of walks and then a strikeout by David LeBron to set up Jerry Downs, the cleanup hitter for the Rockers, with 2 on and 1 down. Downs batting .274, 11 homers, 42 RBI. Playing over at first tonight for High Point. He'll pop one up on the first pitch he sees, a Montrell Marshall. About 10 feet, maybe less than that, into third base foul territory, will make the catch. And quickly 2 down. Now with 2 down, there are 2 on for Quincy Lattimore. Lattimore almost the exact same stats as Downs before him had. Batting .265 with 11 home runs and 41 RBI. First pitch up in the zone from LeBron as David tries to work himself out of a jam. Russell and Aklinski aboard. Here's a 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. Beautiful day for baseball here at the ballpark. Just underway here on the Legends YouTube channel at Wild Health Field. David LeBron, a 2-0 count to Lattimore. And the pitch is hit hard down the right field line. Phillip Erving giving chase, and that one will get foul. And that one just barely did miss. Make it 2-1 to the DH for the High Point Rockers. Russell leading off a second, Aklinski off a first. The 2-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, 3-1 the count. So LeBron really laboring here in the first inning, trying to find the strike zone. Three balls, one strike, two down here in the top of the first. And a lot of pitches thrown from David LeBron. This one's popped up, heading into center field. Boog Powell will come up, and as he crosses the mustache in center field, will make the catch. A pair of walks to lead things off, but David LeBron able to work out of a jam. We go to the bottom half of the first inning, scoreless, but it took a lot to get there here on the Legends YouTube channel.
Scoring. On a rundown or isn't.
Towner hits this one, rocket, and diving catch.
They're going to throw home. He's safe. The throw to first. He's safe. Throw to first. That's laced right at the second baseman. Wave us up one. Over to first. Double play. Stay in shape. This is a little bouncer. Going to be a tough play. And they lose it, and he's going to be safe, and the run's going to score. 2-2 pitch. Hit well. Hit deep. Hit high. It's fair. It's gone. Home run.
Legends come to the plate for the first time in the ball game in the bottom of the first. After a shaky first inning on the side of David LeBron at the mound, now we get a look at Scalero as Jonah, the lefty, squares off against Boog Powell to lead things off. And the first pitch Powell sees, we pop tie up in the air, heading right towards the shortstop Ladendorf, who will make the catch. And just like that, one down to the bottom half of the first inning. Brings up Phillip Ervin to the plate. Ervin, right fielder tonight. 7 home runs on the season, 32 ribbies, a .252 average for Ervin. Phillip this year has played in the second most games by a Legends player. He and Montrell Marshall, 71 games this year. Courtney Hawkins has played the most. He's got 72 of them. Oh, 0-1 count to Ervin as he tries to get aboard in the bottom of the first, make it 0-2 as he swings through on the second pitch. No balls, 2 strikes to the Legends right fielder. Scalero waits, and Ervin will strike out. Throw down to first to secure the deal. And there is now 1 down here, or 2 down in the bottom of the first for the Legends. To bring up the Hawk, Courtney Hawkins. I don't even know if the Hawk is the proper term for what the Legends left fielder has done this year. That nickname probably could use some work because Hawkins has been, again, one of the top hitters in the ALPB, leading the league in home runs with 29. He's got 73 RBI, which is second, and he's top 10 in average as well. Hawkins will face off against Scalero, and a pitch down to the dirt will make it 1-0. Lexington could use a win, but also could the High Point Rockers, sitting at the bottom of the South Division. High Point also trying to find their groove in the second half of the season. Hawkins will swing through on the second pitch of the at-bat as the count jumps to a ball and a strike. Broadcasting live here on the Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins here with you, folks, as we come at you live from Wild Health Field in Lexington. A beautiful night for baseball action. Hawkins awaiting the 1-1. And he'll kind of check swing, and that just shows you the power that Hawkins has in that bat as that check swing finds a seat between the shortstop and the second base bag. Drops down in left center field for a base hit. And the Legends have a base runner themselves here in the first inning. I bring up Tejeda, who has come on as of late, especially displaying his own power. Tejeda now in the top 5 in home runs in the ALPB with 14. And what Tejeda has really provided this year is a guy that can protect Hawkins in that cleanup spot. He's been a really good defensive first baseman. And with the Hawk over at first, Tejeda trying to keep the inning alive. Geraldo on deck for the Legends. As the 1-0. Low and away, 2 balls, no strikes. And now to Tejeda. Legends first baseman awaiting the pitch. And it comes inside, and Tejeda with a 3-0 count. Legends a chance here to push this inning along and see if they can get a couple of base runners themselves after the Rockers got 2 aboard in the top of the first. That pitch right down the middle, and Scalero sees the count go from 3-0 to 3-1, with Tejeda taking all the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. Asias Tejeda, the Legends' first baseman. He'll await the pitch. Down the dirt, ball 4, and Lexington now with a pair of base runners. A base hit by Courtney Hawkins and a base on balls by Tejeda. Brings up Manuel Geraldo to the plate. Geraldo's power numbers aren't there, but he has been a steady hand at shortstop this year, replacing Roberto Baldequin, who was a mainstay of this team last season. Geraldo batting with Hawkins at second and Tejeda at first. Estrada in the on-deck circle for the Legends. See if they can drive Courtney in here and take an early lead. Pitch on the outside corner by Scalero as the count goes to 0-1. No balls and a strike to Manuel Geraldo. Scalero checks on Hawkins. The 0-1 pitch fouled away. It's now 0-2 as Scalero tries to work himself out of a jam. Interesting, you look at the 2 pitchers thus far. LeBron walked the first 2 batters he faced, was able to get out of a jam. For Scalero, he quickly dispersed of Powell and Irvin before the Hawkins single and the walk to Tejeda. Pitch outside, makes it a ball and 2 strikes. See if the shortstop for Lexington can continue this inning. Geraldo deep to third. They'll throw it over to the second baseman to secure the force out and end the inning. So we go through 1 full inning. The Rockers get a pair of base runners aboard. They strand them. The same for the Legends. We're scoreless as we head to the second inning here at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Back to action as we get things started in the second inning with Leidendorf, the shortstop, leading things off for the High Point Rockers in the first pitch out of the zone, taken for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. See if we can get Hugh Davis to wake up on our scoreboard. Hugh, come on now. There we go. Second inning, 2-0 count. There it is. There we go. Sometimes, folks, especially on free hot dog night, you got to wake Hugh up every now and then. I was going to let Keith do it, but Keith's over there sleeping on us too. Two and one the count to Leidendorf. He's only got about 70 buttons in front of him he has to push, so 3 balls and a strike. Leidendorf trying to get aboard and lead things off here for the Rockers, and he'll pop one up out of play as the count goes full. I think it's now, the 4th batter already that LeBron has gone to a full count with. Had 3 there in the first inning, and now Leidendorf leading things off in the second inning. Not good for the old pitch count. As Leidendorf rips one down the left field line, and it just keeps pulling and hits the wall in foul territory deep in left field. That was pitch number 28 for David LeBron as he squares off against Tyler Leidendorf. And comes inside to walk him. And the Rockers, for the second straight inning, have a leadoff man aboard via the walk. Comes to the plate, Gonzalez, the right fielder. Jay batting just .291. 1 homer, 21 RBI on the season for the High Point Rockers. He'll hit one hard in the right field here. It'll drop in front of Phillip Ervin. Ervin almost had that one bounce over his head before being able to hop up and stretch that left arm out to haul it in. Two aboard for the Rockers. First 2 batters on, just like we saw on the top of the first. As the catcher, Michael Gulino, now takes to the plate. And LeBron steps off the rubber, forcing the batter back, or the runner back to second base. We got Leidendorf at second, Gonzalez at first. 2 on, nobody down for Gulino. He'll square around a bunt and pull it back as the pitch goes low for a 1 ball, no strike count to the High Point catcher. LeBron watching Leidendorf dance around, comes home with a pitch that again misses. And the batter trying to bunt and move the runners over, playing some small ball here, but LeBron not obliging with a pitch over the plate. The 2-0, that one's taken for a strike, and that time Gulino took all the way, forcing LeBron to put one over the plate. Now it's 2-1. We'll see if he goes back to his original call and the sac bunt. LeBron checks on the lead runner. Gulino will square around a bunt, but pull it back as once again the pitch goes outside, and now Estrada will come out and talk to his pitcher. The numbers on LeBron not great. 34 pitches, 15 of them have crossed the plate. That means 19 have missed. So more balls than strikes from David LeBron here to start this ball game. 3 balls, 1 strike. As Gulino digs back in the box, we'll see once again if he squares around a bunt or offers that one. He will swing away, and he'll foul the pitch off behind home plate as it goes full. Once again, the 5th batter now that LeBron has faced as the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Michael Gulino. A .266 hitter facing LeBron, and he will go down with a strikeout. Gulino thought it was ball 4. Instead, it's strike 3 called, and 1 down for LeBron and the Legends. Now the number 9 hitter, Alfonso, comes to the plate for the Rockers. Giovanni, 199 plate appearance thus far for the Rockers. And the very first pitch he'll offer at, foul it off back on top of the big league roofing roofs. Little souvenir there for a fan. So that one drops back into the stands to our right. LeBron with the 0-1 pitch. Up in the zone, 1-1 the count. Leidendorf and Gonzalez at second and first for the Rockers. LeBron's 1-1 pitch is hit hard into right center field. Boog Powell will come charging. He'll come up throwing. Play at the plate. No, Estrada will not have a play on it as Tejeda cuts it off. And an RBI single for Alfonso gives the Rockers a 1-0 lead here in the second. So one time through the order, and David LeBron has thrown 39 pitches, 19 strikes, and he's given up just 2 hits, but the earned run and 3 walks thus far for LeBron. First pitch to Michael Russell is a called strike 1. A 0-1 count to Russell. 1 home run, 19 RBI for the leadoff man for the Rockers. Russell has played in just 51 games this year. In those 51 games, he does have 51 total bases. LeBron with a 1-1 pitch. Up high, 2-1. Still too early to get some action up in the pen, but you got to think it won't be too long before we see somebody up in the Legends bullpen if LeBron cannot start to find the zone. That pitch count keeps jumping up now, 41 pitches as he squares off with Russell. The 2-1 popped up high in the air. That one will get foul. And actually will bounce back into the field of play. A lot of power off the bat of Michael Russell there. So in 2-2 to Russell. LeBron will get the sign from Estrada, and a swing and a miss. Russell down on strikes as LeBron able to get that fastball up to 87 miles per hour for the strikeout. That is his 3rd strikeout of the game thus far. So 2 down, 2 on for Ben Aklinski. 11 homers on the season, but you know Aklinski showed you last year he loves to hit in Lexington. Swing through for strike one. Puts the former legend behind 0-1. No balls and a strike. LeBron will get the sign from Estrada, working the 0-1. Popped up, and that one will reach the big league roofing roofs as it goes to 0-2. Call 859-693-ROOF if you're in Lexington for big league roofers, a professional job done. Still 0-2 to Aklinski. Batting .273 on the season, 11 home runs, and he'll watch one go outside as the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gonzalez and Alfonso aboard for the Rockers. Aklinski awaiting the 1-2, and the pitch up high in the zone, evening up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now 48 pitches for David LeBron. 3 strikeouts. He's walked 3. And Aklinski waits the 2-2. Chopper over to short. Geraldo will flip it over to Cuevas, who's standing on the bag at second for an easy out, number 3, but it wasn't an easy inning. 2 more runners stranded by the Rockers. That's 4 total now through these first 2 innings, but they are able to bring one across. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning, on the Legends YouTube channel. Estrada will lead things off for the Lexington Legends here in the bottom half of the second inning, now trailing it 1-0 against the High Point Rockers, and Estrada will take a first pitch, missing outside apparently, ball 1. Estrada in a short amount of time, 3 home runs, 4 RBI, batting .297 on the season. So trying to get aboard as he faces off against Scalero. That pitch inside, and it's now 3 balls, no strikes. 3-0 the count. High Point a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Alfonso there in the top of the second inning. Now here in the bottom half of the second, Legends trying to get their own run across and tie this thing up. Estrada now sees a 3-1 count as he takes all the way there. 3 balls, 1 strike to the Legends catcher. Hard hit ball in the left field. That one will get down. It'll be a single for Estrada. And that'll bring up Montrell Marshall. Legends third baseman. Marshall will square off against Scalero. 5 home runs on the season, 33 RBI. The average, though, not where Montrell would like it to be, just 235 on the year. He'll swing through on the first pitch and foul it off down the third baseline as he falls behind 0-1. Legends and High Point Rockers going mano-a-mano here tonight in Lexington. Cuevas in the on-deck circle, followed up by Tillman Pugh to round out the order for the Legends. And Marshall swings through. The count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Montrell. Marshall in 256 plate appearances. He's got 73 hits, 13 doubles, 8 home runs on the year. Make that 5 home runs on the year, and he'll go down on strikes here in the second inning. Cesar Cuevas now comes to the plate. See if the Legends can get somebody to step up here. Try to keep this inning alive, get some momentum as they work through the bottom of the second inning. Scalero checks on the runner at first, and the first pitch to Cuevas fouled off for strike 1. Scalero's thrown quite a few pitches himself already through an inning and third. 24 pitches, 15 of his have crossed the plate. Now 16 of 25 after that foul ball by Cuevas. Scalero delivers another one. Cuevas, another foul ball. It's 0-2. Scalero's fastball reaches 89 miles per hour. Here on the Legends YouTube channel, Michael Watkins on the call with you tonight. Steve Tressler, before he heads out of town on vacation, will be back with you tomorrow afternoon and Thursday evening. Tom Gross will have the call for you to start the weekend series for the Legends, and I'll be back on Sunday to wrap it up here in Lexington. The 0-2 taken by Cuevas. Cesar this year, a .226 average. He's batting with 1 home run and 21 RBI on the year. .51 games for the 22-year-old. As Scalero checks on Estrada, and another pitch that comes inside as the count now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Estrada takes his lead over at first. And the 2-2 pitch comes inside, and the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cesar Cuevas. After an 0-2 start, Cuevas has worked it full. Let's see if he can do something with it. Estrada will take off for second as Cuevas hits one into the gap. Estrada will round second and head for third. They're going to wave him home. Nope, they decide better of it. They decide better of it as Estrada going to be held up at third. Cuevas, a one-out double. As we check out the replay here, a hard hit ball beautifully placed in left center field, and that'll set things up for Tillman Pugh. Now, Pugh has struggled this year, which might be one of the reasons why P.J. Phillips has put him at the bottom of the lineup right now. Pugh was one of those guys last year who could do no wrong, just like we talked with Ben Aklinski, the former legend. It didn't matter where you put him at on the field or in the lineup. Last season, Tillman Pugh was a force to be reckoned with, but this year, a .269 average, does have 12 home runs and 38 RBI, but just doesn't have the same kind of pop we saw last year with the DH, Tillman Pugh. He'll swing through here for strike one. This year, Pugh's played second base. We've seen him play each of the outfield spots. A great athlete is Pugh, and he wears my favorite number, number 15. Pugh with a couple of RBI in scoring position. If he can drive them in, he'll swing through and quickly fall behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Estrada at third. Cuevas at second. Scalera with the 0-2 to Pugh. And he'll take inside. One, two, the count. Scalera with the 1-2 pitch, and Pugh will go down swinging. A big swing and the miss there for Scalera as he's able to get Tillman Pugh in a big spot for the Legends. And now it's down to Boog Powell for Lexington if they want to extend the inning and potentially drive in these runs. Powell takes a pitch outside, ball 1. One and 0 the count to the Legends center fielder. Back to the top of the order here for the Legends as they bat in the bottom half of the second inning. And Powell will take a pitch as it goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to Boog Powell. See if he can drive in these 2 runs here. Give the Legends a 1-run lead. Takes on the inside corner, doesn't like the call. Glances back over at the dugout as the Legends center fielder now faces a 1 ball, 2 strike count here in the second inning. Estrada and Cuevas awaiting, trying to come around to score. Lexington stranded a pair of runners in the first inning, and not yet. Not that Powell might be fouling out or popping out there, but it gets out of play. We'll have to change the lumber here and go get a new bat as he comes back to the plate. Estrada still at third. Cesar Cuevas, that double that pushed Estrada over to third base. So he's at second with 2 down, and Boog Powell trying to drive in the 2 runs. Cuevas has enough speed that he could come in to score on a ball hit into the outfield. The 1-2 up in the zone, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch coming from Scalero, and Powell will once again stay alive as he fouls it off. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 aboard for the Legends here in the bottom of the second inning. So 2s all around the scoreboard. Scalero comes inside, and what an at-bat from Boog Powell. It is now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here to the Legends center fielder. Scalero's payoff pitch. Powell takes inside, and that will load the bases up for Phillip Ervin. A terrific at-bat for Boog Powell, doing what a leadoff batter is supposed to do. So now it's Phillip Ervin's turn at the plate. The former Cincinnati Red draft pick will bat with the bases loaded, and Scalero now chatting with his catcher. Gulino coming out. Ervin with a chance to do some real damage now and give Lexington a much needed early lead. Scalero will get the sign, and the pitch on the outside corner, a called strike 1. Scalero now 43 pitches through an inning and 2/3. Both he and LeBron have thrown a lot of pitches here in these first 2 innings. Ervin will swing away and foul this one off down the right field line. And just like that, Ervin behind 0-2. Another pitch outside. This time it misses as Phillip now with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Scalero able to ring up Ervin. Phillip just takes it for strike 3. Hard to take one that close to the zone, but Ervin does, and the inning is over. Legends look like they might have some momentum, but after stranding 2 in the first, they strand them loaded in the second, and we head to inning number 3 in Lexington with the Rockers on top 1-0 here on the Legends YouTube channel. Back to action here, the third inning, and immediately a base hit as Xander Will able to get aboard for the Rockers on the very first pitch of this third inning. Legends and the High Point Rockers facing off here in Lexington. Glad to have you along, folks, on the Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins here with you as we make our way through inning number 3 and a 1-0 ball game with the road team in front. Downs now at the plate, and he'll take a pitch out of the zone for ball 1, a 1-0 count. The count as LeBron delivers. This one catches the outside corner. 1 on for the Rockers. 1 ball, 1 strike as David LeBron has now thrown 52 pitches. Both he and Scalero laboring through 2 innings, but with all that being said, just 1 run across between the 2 teams. This one's hit up in the air. Marshall giving it a chase. Montreal will make the play in foul territory. And now Downs over 2 in the game. Both pop-ups to third base in foul territory for Montreal Marshall to make the play. Now to bring up the DH, Quincy Lattimore. 1 on for Lattimore, 1 down here in the third as LeBron gets set. Checks on the base runner and the pitch. Fouled off for strike 1. Once again over top of the big league roofing roofs. Good crowd on hand. When I pulled up today, I was surprised. There was a ton of cars in the parking lot early for a game. That's good to see. Well, I'll say early for my standards. That pitch outside, and Lattimore now takes the lead. 2 balls, 1 strike. LeBron, 54 pitches, 29 strikes. This one's popped up. It's heading down the right field line. Irvin giving it a chase, and it will get into the stands. Here live on the Legends YouTube channel, the defending ALPB champs facing off against the High Point Rockers. One and two the count. Lattimore with a runner on and 1 down here in the third. Awaits the pitch from LeBron. And the 1-2. Runner takes off, a swing and a miss. Strike 3. They'll let the runner steal the base, not even attempt down at second base. And now it's Leidendorf coming to the plate for the Rockers. He led things off in the second inning with the leadoff walk and came in to score the only run of the game thus far. So runner in scoring position for the Rockers. LeBron's first pitch to Leidendorf, up high, ball 1. You know, both these teams have got to let their starters go as long as they can. You want to keep that DH spot for as long as you can. And if I think it was 5 innings you got to complete 5 innings if you're the starting pitcher, or the team will lose their DH spot in the lineup. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyler Leidendorf, the shortstop for the High Point Rockers. LeBron with the pitch, and it's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Ladendorf. Glad to have you along here with us, folks. We are broadcasting live at Wild Health Field in Lexington. And a good game thus far. 4 strikeouts for David LeBron, but he has labored through the first 2 2/3 innings. A big pitch there as he's able to get a swing and a miss from Ladendorf. And the count now even. 2-2 to the High Point shortstop. Big pitch here for LeBron. If he can get out of this inning without really throwing as many pitches as he did in the first 2 innings, see if it can settle him down as we make our way through the early parts of this ball game. The 2-2 pitch outside, and the count now full. That's at least 6 guys now that LeBron has went to a full count with. David will check on the lead or the base runner at second. Once again glances back, and the pitch outside, ball 4. And just as he did in the second inning, Ladendorf works the count full and then gets aboard via the base on balls. 2 on now with 2 down for Gonzalez, who singled to right field in his first plate appearance. Rockers with 2 men on. Gonzalez awaits the pitch. On the inside, ball 1. Now 1-1 the count as Gonzalez trying to keep it going here. LeBron's pitch is fouled off. That one hit hard. It'll catch the net. Almost getting up into the crowd. Now 1-2. Can LeBron buckle down and get the out? That's the big question here. He will. A swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for LeBron. I tell you what, he hasn't made it look pretty, but he's gotten the job done. LeBron 5 strikeouts, LeBron 4 walks, and just 1 run given up as we go to the bottom half of inning number 3 here in Lexington on the Legends YouTube channel. Courtney Hawkins leads things off in the bottom of the third as the Hawk faces Scalero. Hawkins, a hard hit ball in the left center field, and it'll drop and bounce toward the wall. Hawkins will round first and be in there with a double. We'll see what Hugh Davis gives the call. That one was perfectly placed by the Hawk. Check it out here on the replay. Hits it hard in the left center field, and both the two outfielders there converging on it. Couldn't get to it in time, and that awkward bounce able to allow Hawkins to get aboard with a leadoff double. Hawkins now 2 for 2 in the game. Both of his base hits into left center field, and now it's Tejeda coming to the plate for the Legends. Hawkins with a good leadoff of second. The Hawk has pretty good speed for a guy of his size. 1-0 count to Tejeda. The 1-0. Taken for a strike. Run the count to a ball and a strike. Courtney Hawkins leading things off with that double, getting him in scoring position. Now the Legends have something to work with here in the third inning. 1-1 the count. Hawkins takes the lead. Here's a pitch to Tejeda. A little chopper down the third baseline into foul territory. Tejeda, his first time up, walked. But both he and Hawkins got aboard when there were 2 down in that first inning. Powell popped out to short, and then Irvin struck out before Hawkins singled and Tejeda walked. 1-2 to Tejeda as Hawkins gets a good lead off of second base again. Here's the pitch. And Tejeda right at third. Throw down to second, not going to be in time to get Hawkins. So 1 down for Geraldo. Pitch inside, ball 1. Hawkins still at second base as Scalero doing a good job here of keeping the bats at bay for Lexington, even though that through 2 innings, they've stranded 5. Geraldo will foul this one off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lexington down 1-0 here, but they've had their chances through these first 2 in the third innings. Scalero has thrown 54 pitches, 33 of those for strikes. Both he and LeBron, I tell you, they've not made it look pretty, but they've gotten the job done. That's all you can ask for if you're a manager. Try to get you through 5 innings and keep the DH spot intact. 1-1 the count to Geraldo. And that pitch fouled off right back behind home plate once again, make it 1-2. So 1-2. Scalero, the pitch outside, just missing as the count runs even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scalero get the sign from Gulino. The 2-2. Low and away, gets away, and Hawkins taking off for third. And a good chance here for Lexington to tie this game up with Courtney Hawkins now just 90 feet away at third base. 1 on, 1 down for Geraldo. But all you got to do is put one in the outfield somehow, whether it be a fly out or a ground ball into the outfield, maybe even a ground ball over to the right side of the mound. You might drive in the tying run. Here's the payoff pitch, and Geraldo will walk to put 2 on for Estrada. Rusmir Estrada singled to left field in his first plate appearance. That led off the second inning. Legends once again getting guys on base. They had 2 on in the first inning, stranded both. In the second inning, got the bases loaded, stranded the bases full to end the inning. Now 2 on for Estrada. And he'll swing through on the first pitch for strike 1. 0-1 count to the Legends catcher. Estrada batting .316 during his short time in Lexington. 3 home runs, 4 RBI. Hawkins at third. At first is Geraldo. As Scalero delivers another pitch. It's now 0-2, or 1-1, excuse me. 1 ball, 1 strike. So if we can get my man a chair here. We got a legend himself. Yeah, pull that over here. I got a legend in the booth up here with me as Geraldo will take off for second base. He'll be in there safely. We're going to chat with the king of stream. That's not Jerry the King Lawler. Although I think Warfield and Lawler might be a good cage match. We're going to get Warfield on here with us for a moment, chat with him. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Estrada. Montrell Marshall in the on-deck circle. A hard hit ball into left field. That one will be deep enough to make it a 3-run blast for Estrada. How about that? Warfield, you're good luck, man. You come up here, and as soon as you sat down, Estrada goes yard.
Man, I tell you, that was a bomb right there. That was outstanding. He got a lot of lumber on that one.
The wind, it kept just traveling out toward left field. I thought it was going to be just a sac fly, but it just kept going, and the left fielder watched it fly over the left field. Check this one out. It was a high hit ball. I think everybody thought it was going to stay in play, but it just kept going further back. It just does reach over the left field wall, and the Legends take a 3-1 lead.
You know, he really dug that out of the turf there. That was a low pitch that he drove out.
Now to bring up Montrell Marshall, the king of stream, William Warfield with Prep Spin here with us tonight. William, got to feel good to be home for you here tonight and checking out the Legends back at home themselves.
Yeah, man, I tell you, this is the first time that I've set foot back here at the ballpark, and since last season, there's another
Look what you do.
How about that?
You sat down, and we go back-to-back. Montrell Marshall now going opposite field. How about that with the Wharf? And I think this happened the last time you and I were on the call together, which was sometime, probably late last year in the regular season. But now it's Montrell Marshall, a solo home run, and back-to-back bombs for the Legends makes it a 4-1 lead. Boy, yeah, 7 years you taking care of the streaming for the Legends?
Yeah, 7 years. This is, a great experience, coming up here and, doing the minor league baseball and then professional baseball course. I wouldn't trade it. It was just a great experience coming up here every day to the ballpark and, get my foot in the door.
Yeah, you talked about it. Things are a little bit different now. Obviously, the new ballpark looks amazing. There's a game every night here in Lexington, basically, and the fans have really, I think, taken to the fact that, there's a lot to come out here and be entertained by when you are a baseball fan. Two really good teams, a lot of really good players on these rosters here with the Genomes and the Legends.
And there's a great, two great products out there on the field, not only tonight, but, with the two home teams here. And then you got all the, entertainment value that's associated with it. And then, when you visit the concession stands, it's not outrageous prices either. So it's very affordable. So it's really a family atmosphere here at the ballpark.
Now you got your son here with you. He was part of the Field of Dreams team today. So talk about that and the team he plays on.
Well, he's actually with the 12U. My daughter's with the with the 6U that was tonight. So we had the 6U All-Stars, all of them represented here tonight. I think we were missing a couple of them, but for the most part, they're all here. And, we're very thankful for the Legends for allowing us to participate tonight. And it's been a great All-Star season. My son in his second year, he was able to make All-Stars. And then my daughter in her first year in T-ball, just lit it up, man. It's been an outstanding ride so far, so I'm excited to see where they take their game moving forward.
Did you get that from Dad?
Yeah, I was a pretty good catcher when I played, and back in the day. So.
Well, East Jessamine, right?
No, I was Henry Clay.
Clay, okay.
Yeah, and then we moved down to Jessamine County, so it was Jessamine County High School.
Okay.
So, yeah, I credit that, a little bit of that. But we practice all the time in the backyard, and she's kind of came into her own. Peyton's coming to his own, and they've just kind of taken off in their individual games.
Well, no, it's that time of year. We're getting closer to August. Football season right around the corner. You'll be busy with high school football.
Excited.
It's that time of year. We can smell football in the air. The dead period just ended last week, so seeing these high school football teams, that's when you and I really kind of ramp up our normal jobs, our actual jobs that we work with. But you guys do a great job over here, and kind of tell the folks where you guys will be doing this season.
Well, always count on, seeing a lot of Lexington Catholic and Lexington Christian Academy on prep spin, of course. But, we might have a Fayette County game here and there. I think we might pull that off this year. So we'll see what happens with that. But, they're obviously with the NFHS network right now. But I think some of those restrictions are being lifted for us, and I think that's going to be something we're going to be able to do.
Yeah, you look at some of the teams, and there's so much talent in Central Kentucky, not only in football. We've seen it with baseball, and baseball has become kind of a year-round sport now. Is Pugh going to ground out over to short?
I was telling my wife and, everybody down there, I was like, I didn't even notice that the dead period had came and gone, because normally in a normal year, we'd have the dead period for high school sports, and it's like the boringest 2 weeks, But when you got baseball going on, and it never fails, the Legends are always out of town during dead period, at least 1 week out of the two. So, we got a lot of baseball going on, so it came and gone. I didn't notice it, and here we are. We're getting ready to start football.
I think when you look at some of the teams that you come in, Catholic and Christian are always very good football teams. I feel like the LCA this year could be another title contender with what they're bringing back.
Man, they got a really exciting quarterback that's got offers from Alabama, Kentucky, you name it. He can go anywhere he wants, pretty much. Cutter Boley is the kid's name, and it's going to be exciting to watch him play. LCA's always got the talent out there, receiver spots, and they're going to be fun. I've seen him over in practice a time or two already, and he's slinging it, man. it's definitely another level.
It's one thing to have weapons. When you've got a quarterback like that, though, it makes it even better to go out there and kind of spread the ball around.
Yeah, there's a lot of options on the team, and then when you talk about Lexington Catholic, when you switch over there to just down Clays Mill a little bit there, the big rivalry between those two, but Walker Hall on Lexington Catholic's team, and then you got Cannon Mackley on the line, and they're going to be another good team. They just reloaded, so they lost a lot off last year's team, but they're going to be just fine.
Basketball wise, that's where you and I kind of link up during basketball season. Some, I feel like the region that we cover here, Central Kentucky, that covers Fayette County and Madison County and Franklin County areas like that. There's just so many good individual players, but this upcoming year, there's probably 8 teams that can go out there and win the 11th region.
Yeah, there's definitely excitement right now. Madison Central is going to be good with Hagen Harrison coming in over there, and Lexington Catholic with Reese Potter and
6'11", 7 foot.
Yeah,
Potter?
He's turning it up in the summer league right now.
Madison Southern last year was really good. They're bring back pretty much their whole team. You got Frederick Douglass is going to be really interesting. They lost the Barrett kid to a prep school, but they've got a ton of just athletic basketball players. So I think those 4 teams and Dunbar and Lafayette, teams like that will be interesting to watch as well.
It's going to be a great year this year for high school sports. There's no doubt about it. I think it might be one of our best yet with all the teams across all the sports that are coming back. I can even throw out, soccer in there a little bit, boys and girls soccer for the soccer fans. It's going to be outstanding this year. Lexington's going to have some teams, title hunts.
Gulino with that leadoff single down the left field line, and we'll get back to work here in the top of the 4th inning. How about that 4-run bottom of the 3rd? Back-to-back jacks, a 3-run shot by Estrada and a solo home run by Montrell Marshall, his 6th of the season, giving the Legends a 4-1 lead. Now David LeBron back out there working now against Alfonso, and LeBron really throwing a ton of pitches thus far. That is his 69th pitch of the ball game through just 3 innings. So got to try to keep that pitch down low in the next couple of innings to get through these 5 and keep that DH spot intact.
You look out there on the board, and the hits right now for the Rockers, 4 it looks like in the ball game, and then what is that, 6 for the Legends?
Yeah.
So
we've got 4 walks as well, so it's really been impressive for LeBron, giving up those 4 hits and 4 walks. That only 1 run has come across for High Point to this point in the ball game.
Yeah.
So busy summer for you. What have y'all been doing?
Yeah, well, normally, we're doing the Legends games, as you know. So this year, my son and my daughter, they, wanted to play baseball. So it was kind of like perfect timing for me, if you will, to
kind of
step away for a while and be able to enjoy them all summer long. And, with the rest of the, seasons, under our belt, taking off right now, and all the events that we've accumulated over the years that continue to come back to us. Again, this is perfect timing. So, financially it made sense, and personally it made sense with my son and daughter.
Alfonso will ground into the 4-6-3 double play, and just like that, there's 2 down in the inning. Yeah, you talked about it. It's when you get kids, we love what we do, but when they get older, it's it's that time where they're playing sports, you're taking vacations, you're taking trips, or whatever the case may be, and it kind of puts things into perspective for you. That we love what we do, but at times there's bigger things out there than I guess the sports world that you and I pretty much live in 24/7.
Yeah, you got to take time off sometimes and spend it with the family, and make sure that, because you can't get these days back. You can't get them back. So, me being a family man that I am, it again just made perfect sense to me this year. And who knows? I mean, maybe one day I'll come back out here, but for the time being, I'm very happy, and I'll continue to watch you guys online and root on the Legends and I guess the Genomes. Are they going to be here forever, or is it just like a one-year deal?
I have no idea. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. I know that the genomes themselves, a lot of talented baseball players. Now, I think the team itself will stick around the ALPB, but whether it stays in Lexington or not, I think that'll be something that'll be figured out during the offseason. But it's been a good year thus far. Those two teams kind of beating up on each other. The genomes a really good record against the Legends in that first half of the season, but the Legends is trying to turn that around here in the second half. Last year was just so magical, you being a part of it, obviously, and it just felt like every night at the ballpark was an entertaining night, obviously, but there was just something about coming here and being a part of this organization, seeing the fans come out and support the players and the team.
Yeah, and I really felt that, when we had I'll take you back to the bourbon barrel deal that they had here.
In the COVID year.
Yeah, in the COVID year when Andy and them, we had to have baseball. We had to have something, and that was it. That was our go-to there. And Andy did an outstanding job with that. And, he doesn't really get a lot of credit for all the stuff that he's done. And, certainly deserves all the credit in the world for giving us sports when we had none. I think it was the Legends, and then we had, we flip on ESPN or something like that, and you had the Taiwan League, on. That's all we had.
Yeah.
So, for him to be able to bring that and put that together for the shortened season at Bourbon Barrel, that was pretty phenomenal. And for him to link up with the Florence Shaws, that was another genius idea. So, we've come a long way with it. The Legends, I can't say enough about how the field looks right now. You got new LED lights up there that look fantastic. You got a new video board out there. The turf that's out there, state-of-the-art turf. This place has really had an outstanding makeover. The bullpen over in left field in place of the bleachers. It looks amazing, man.
Well, yeah, and I think they've obviously the space was kind of limited on what they were able to do, and I feel like they used every inch of this facility and turned it into something that now can be used.
Well thought out. I love the cameras, the bird dogs on the dugouts, by the way. I wish we had that when we were here. The bird, man, those are great cameras. I've actually got 3 of those, and
they're not cheap, are they?
No, they're not cheap, but I tell you what, they are very, very good cameras. So shout out to Bird Dog.
4-1 lead here as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Boog Powell, top of the order here, due up for the Legends. Powell, Irvin, and Hawkins, 1, 2, 3, part of the order. And the 3 outfielders coming to bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning with a 4-1 lead in Lexington. William Moorfield, the king of stream, and the king of prep spin here with us.
Gary Ball made that famous. He started calling me that on Friday nights, and next thing you know, it kind of took off, and then I started having guys in the industry call me that, and I started, people were looking me up on Google, King of Stream or whatever, and I started getting people asking me to come, speak at these technology events and things like that. So it kind of took off on its own there. But Keith Hardiman, who's over here to the left, he always promotes us over in Richmond when we're over there. So I can't thank him enough.
Well, you got Keith, the king of keeping Hugh Davis in line, and then Hugh's the king of the scoreboard.
I didn't even notice Hugh over there.
He's the quiet man. He's a silent assassin over there.
He's silent over there, but I love these guys. Working with them over the years, and Bill down there on the PA. Just great times.
Well, I said whenever you were out there throwing out the first pitch, we had the dream team back together with, because a lot of times, we might have Keith and Hugh and myself, but Bill may not be here, or it may be Bill and Dave's here in for Keith. So we got the dream team back together. Aiden was here running camera last year. He's on the camera tonight.
Right. Yeah, Aiden's grown up on us. Yeah, that's
hard hit ball by Powell right into center field and right into the glove of Aklinski. Former Legend himself in center field.
Lined out on the stash out there just about, right?
Yeah, beautiful night for baseball here in Lexington. These two teams, both of them desperately in need of a win. Is that going to be it? We're going to have a pitching change here, I believe, for the Rockers. Yeah, so Scalero will be done, and that means the DH spot will be done for High Point as well. So a pitching change going to take place. We'll let that pitcher come and warm up, and we'll step aside for a quick moment. We'll come right back with more with William Moorfield and this ball game in Lexington on the Legends YouTube channel. Back to action here at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins here with you. William Warfield joining us up in the booth tonight from Prep Spin, and the King of Stream took care of the streaming here for the Legends for 7 years up here in the booth as new pitcher in the game, Kyle Mott, for the High Point Rockers with one down here in the bottom of the fourth and a 4-1 lead for the Legends. But well, you know, tonight's the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Last night was the Home Run Derby.
Home Run Derby, yeah. You know, Juan Soto, who won it last night. By the way, Julio Rodriguez.
Oh, I know.
It was his coming out party, you know. I mean, actually, since he got called up, but he is something special, man. It's almost like, you know, having King Griffey Jr. all over again out there in Seattle. But back to Juan Soto, you know, the first ever professional home run I ever seen Juan Soto hit was on this very field.
Wow.
He had hit a monster shot. It went over the railroad tracks onto that warehouse over there.
Jeez. Oh, he had a few of those last night, too, in the Home Run Derby.
Yeah, this was every bit of the type of hit we saw when he played here a couple times.
It was cool seeing Pujols last night. Miguel Cabrera's been involved in some of the stuff going on, like the legacy guys.
Yeah.
I like that they were able to do that and give those guys some love as they end their careers, obviously. But that's two of the best to ever hit the baseball, Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols.
Yeah, you know, Albert Pujols he's in top 5 all time in home runs. So he
and kind of quietly too, like he's just been consistently hitting 40 or 50 every year.
Yeah, he definitely had a special career.
Courtney Hawkins, 29 home runs himself this year. He's on pace to break the single-season record in the ALPB. He's got to pick it up here, though, over the next few weeks if he wants to get that mark. 29 home runs on the season, 73 RBI. Top home run hitter and second in RBI in the ALPB. Hawkins batting here with the bases empty, 2 down. And
Hawkins only 28 years old. You know, he came up in the White Sox system, you know, spent a little bit of time in the Giants, you know, San Francisco Giants system as well. So he still got it, man. You know, and so all these guys that continue to get signed from here, you know, getting them an extra opportunity at the big leagues, you got to think that his number is going to get called here pretty soon, you know, only being 28 years old and still playing the way he does.
Yeah, between the Legends and the Genomes, there's a ton of first-round draft picks. You know, Chase Fallot, Chris Shaw, you got Phillip Ervin, who was a first-round pick by the Reds. A lot of guys that were Blake Swihart as well, who's injured right now, former Boston Red Sox minor league product. But there's a lot of guys that have come up through some systems, and you know, I think Andy Shea doing a good job of giving these guys a chance to further their career and maybe once again get that call to go back up to the big leagues someday.
You know, it's a baseball heaven here, man. You know, they used to do it back in the day when the Lexington Hustlers played here, you know. But Andy's taking it to a whole new level. I've heard stories about, you know, big-time talent coming in to play the Hustlers back in the day, you know, just – you know, showing up to play on pickup teams. You know, Willie Mays and guys like that. Satchel Paige would come in, and you'd hear that just because they wanted to play. So, and I forget whether – I think their park was over off Newtown Pike, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, Lexington's a special place for baseball, you know, just south of Cincinnati and, you know, just east of Louisville. You know, it really is a baseball hotspot, and you see that at the high school level. You see that, you know, obviously here with the Legends, and the tradition carries on.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of greats that have come through here.
You know, they do all these in-between inning promotions. The Dizzy Plumber Race about to take place here.
Dizzy Plumber Race.
Hey, Keith and Hugh, we was talking about Whitney earlier. She is watching the game, even though she's not here. So her presence is felt, I feel like, even though she's not up here in the booth with us tonight. Yeah, we're trying to get rid of the demons up here in the booth, Whitney, if you're still watching. But yeah, here with William Warfield, and moving into the fifth inning, Legends a 4-1 lead. And William, last year, you know, we talked about it some. I feel like with the season they had last year, it's kind of been a letdown this year because they've not been able to kind of have that same success or that same kind of magic that surrounded the team last year. But still, there's a lot of talented players on this Legends roster. Look at Hawkins and Courtney, or you got Tillman Pugh, you got Boog Powell, who I feel like would be a good leadoff hitter anywhere he is.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys that do a good job of keeping this team alive. And then last year we saw toward the end of the year they were able to add guys and kind of help that team make it through to win that championship.
Yeah.
We got David LeBron taking the mound once again for the Legends. LeBron threw 4 innings for Lexington, has given up just 4 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 4, but he's struck out 5. So it hasn't been pretty, but he's done a good job of, when he's gotten in trouble, of getting out of it.
The last couple of years, special teams, Atlantic League champions, and, go back to when we were affiliated with the Royal South Atlantic League champions.
Yeah.
And, they've had a magical run here, the organization, whether they're playing in one league or the other, they've had a magical run. And
the fan support's been there, too. Even with games every night, the numbers aren't what they might want them to be every night, but especially when the Legends are in town, you can really sense that the fans come back out and support the team they've been supporting for so long.
Well, yeah, and Andy plays up to that too. The Legends, organization plays up to that. As that one hit deep.
Yeah, Klinsky hitting one into right center field. Both Powell and Irvin are there. Powell will call off his right fielder and make the play for out number 1.
What I mean by that, by the way, center fielder covered a lot of ground on that. But what I mean by that, playing up to the fans, is you got the promotions in place. You got like tonight the free hot dogs on Tuesday nights. Which is awesome. I know the 6Us have tore that up tonight.
Well, I'd like to get a hot dog count and see how many we go through each night.
They were saying, you have a limit of 4 per transaction, and they made them understand it's per transaction. You get as many as you want.
Yeah.
You keep going back through, but they have burned that up tonight. And then, of course, Thirsty Thursdays, have always been good here at the ballpark, to draw crowds as well. But it really is. I mean, you have to go back to the product on the field. It's good baseball here.
LeBron getting the strike call there. It's 1-1 to Will. The left fielder, Xander, batting here in the 5th inning. 286 average, 20 home runs. He's top 5 in the ALPB in home runs, number 4 right now. And he'll await the pitch from LeBron. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Steve Tressler and Tom, they'll be Steve's actually going to be here tomorrow and Thursday, and then he'll be heading out for vacation. Tom and I will be splitting time over the next week and a half, filling in for Steve and doing some of the weekend games that he normally takes care of here at the ballpark. 2-2 after that swing and a miss.
Tressler and I, we go way back. We started, we started working together back in, probably 2008, 2009, somewhere around there, when the Kentucky middle school football team, they went to San Antonio.
Okay.
So, that whole playoff run, got to work with Tressler and get to know him. So, we traveled to St. Louis and all over the place.
Last year, my daughter joined a cheer team for the first time, and we had to come to Lexington quite a bit for cheer competitions.
Yeah.
And there was a DJ that made the worst jokes of all time.
Was it Tressler?
It was Tressler. And the first time I met him, I'm like, man, you look and you sound so familiar. And he started telling me what he does, and I'm like, wait.
Yeah, he's a comedian, too.
Do you do DJs for a bunch of cheer competitions? And he said, yeah. He said a bunch of them with this one thing. And I said, dude, you are at every one of my daughter's cheer competitions. I said, you're the reason I take headphones whenever I go to them.
He's multi-talented, you ought to get him to show you the stand-up comedian stuff.
Oh, I bet. I love
There's
Steve,
this one thing that he does where he tucks his lip behind his teeth somehow, and he talks really country, and it's the funniest thing you'll ever hear.
Well, luckily, if I want to talk country, I just talk normal. So.
Hey, you got a good singing voice too, I heard.
Well, it depends on who you ask. If you ask my mom, she'll tell you yeah. If you ask anybody else, they'll probably tell you no. But.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 20 days, 19 days, actually.
Wow, man.
Yeah, baby number 3 on the way, so.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah, won't be much sleep, I'd say, for a while, but
I'm
used
boy
to that
or
now.
girl? Girl, wow.
Girl, boy,
what?
girl. Yeah.
I tell you what, man. I had 2 boys in a row. Well, my wife had 2 boys in a row, and then we were blessed with a little girl. And I tell you what, the little girl is the one that changes your life.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And I'm not saying anything against the boys. I'm just saying that there's something special about being a girl dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's definitely been pretty amazing, man.
Well, that father-daughter relationship is always different. I feel like, sometimes the sons you're going to butt heads more often than not, just because of the eye to eye or not seeing eye to eye. The daughter's a little bit different. They're going to do that with mom probably, and then they'll come to dad hopefully, and hopefully I'll have that kind of relationship with both of mine. But yeah, it's 19 days away. We'll have baby number 3.
Gonna end up having sibling rivalries one day, and then your hair turn gray like mine.
Well, we had some pictures taken a few weeks ago, and the photographer told my wife, she was like, I didn't realize how much gray Michael had in his hair. And
yeah.
I said, well, I'm gonna have 3 kids under 5. I'm probably gonna have a lot more of it eventually in the next year or so.
I don't see any. I don't know. I see a couple.
It's what Rogaine's good for. And I got some black spray paint before I came up here. Got a full count here with Jerry Downs batting in the top of the 5th. 4-1 lead for the Legends, making our way through the ball game here. And Warfield's come up in the booth and been our good luck charm. He sat down and immediately, but as soon as his backside touched the seat, a 3-run home run by Estrada. And then 2 pitches later, a Montrell Marshall solo home run as those 2 guys go back-to-back, and we've had a 4-1 lead ever since. Andy might need to put you on payroll just to sit up here in the booth and chat with me and keep this good luck charm going.
Man, I tell you, I wish I had the time.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, this All-Star Baseball has kept me so busy that, we practice twice a week. We play 3 games at least every weekend, and that's 2 kids. So on separate days on the practices a lot of times too. So I'm booked, man.
Do you got a prediction on the All-Star game tonight?
Well, I really like both lineups. I think that, the American League usually rules that All-Star game.
Yeah.
It's very rare that the National League, at least since I've been watching it all the way dating back to '88, I think was the first time I ever watched one. But that's a long time ago when you think about it. But, man, that's 34 years.
Just year before I was born.
Yeah, but, yeah, I remember that first All-Star game, just like it was yesterday that I watched. But I think the American League wins again, but the exciting part is, like we talked about off air, was if they're tied at end of 9 innings, they're going to have another home run derby to decide it, which is pretty cool.
Got a pinch hitter here, Cesar Trejo batting in the DH spot.
I like it now too because there's a lot on the line with the All-Star game. You're talking about home field advantage for the World Series.
Yeah.
So since they started doing that, it's meant a little bit more to the guys.
Watching Shohei Ohtani and what he's doing right now, it's kind of revamped the game of baseball. And all these young guys that just keep making the game fun. I think that's what has really brought some of the younger fans back around, is the excitement that those younger players are bringing back to the game.
Well, the younger players, and you got that right, man. There's Baltimore's got a whole bunch of them. You talk about Ryan Mountcastle and Adley Rutschman, and guys like that have really stepped up, got their calling, and they're making the best of it right now. And Baltimore's only like 4 games out of the wild card.
Yeah.
Maybe less than that right now.
Well, the AL East, there's so many good. Obviously, the Yankees doing what they do, but the Red Sox, the Rays, and the Orioles are right there. And then the Blue Jays are good, too. All those teams are.
Rays have Wander Franco and Vital Blue, I guess his name, maybe. I might have that one wrong, but there's another rookie that's coming up with the Rays. His name's Vital something. That's really good. And then they've got, great pitching that's coming up through the – so – it's a good time right now. Philadelphia with the Bone Kid at third base. He's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, the young talent out there right now. And then that's why, I haven't been that invested in Major League Baseball in the last few years with COVID and everything else. It's kind of taken it away. And the fact that my Red Sox aren't as good as they used to be. But, the days of the Braves ruling the National League, and now obviously what they did last year, kind of coming back around with that organization. Yankees doing what they do right now, just being the the Steinbrenner Yankees. This ball is hit hard into left field. It'll drop in front of Hawkins and Powell. Heading for third. Might have a play at third. Instead, we're going to have a run come in for the Rockers. Oh, no, they're not going to allow the runner to advance. So they will hold the runner up at third. It did not get in the dugout. You're right, Hugh. Yep, Hugh pointed that out. It did go off to net. Hawkins sailed one over the dugout. And that a throwing error, Hugh? No? Okay. So no error on the plate. Just a throw in. And it did not cause any damage as the run did not come across. Now LeBron wants to talk to his catcher. Estrada will come back out. That does put runners at third and second for the Rockers.
Last year was a really good year when we talk about, Major League Baseball pipeline. Joey Bart, is another one of those good catchers coming up. And, Sam Huff for the Rangers is another one. A big catcher year last year, with Rushman coming up this year and then those two guys. And then, obviously everybody's feeling the Julio Rodriguez 14 wins in a row for Seattle right now, and a lot of it contributed to him. They've really put together quite the team out there. But we watch a lot of Yankees games in my household. I'm always been a Cubs fan, and our favorite player, Anthony Rizzo, of course, was traded over there. Cubs got a lot out of them. When you talk about Alcantara, their shortstop that they're going to develop, but we pay attention to the guys that used to be on the Cubs, Schwarber and Rizzo and Bryant.
And Schwarber's what? He's in the Phillies system now, right?
Schwarber's with the Phillies.
Back in the Phillies, yeah.
Yeah, Pujols beat them last night in the home run derby.
Yeah, I think with the game today, it seems like the home runs or the power is back, kind of leading the way. But there's a lot of really good pitchers out there still, and I think that's where we get down to. To the playoffs, the postseason, that's where you'll see those guys really make a name for themselves.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing a lot of names being mentioned as the trade deadline approaches. Teams are going to try to put those key pieces together to get ready for the playoffs. And, there's going to be a lot of teams like the Cincinnati Reds that are going to try to, deal pitchers, like Castillo, probably deal him and try to get a couple prospects out of that guy. But
the Reds are interesting to me because obviously they were so bad to start the year, and if they hadn't started off with that terrible, 2 and whatever it was, 1 and whatever it was, the start of the season, they'd be right in the hunt right now on the wild card because they've really been playing 500 baseball since that mark. But it was such a bad start to the season. But Reds fans starting to come back around too, and that's just the Reds are one of those teams that. You almost feel bad for their fans because of the constant bad decisions that the front office makes and getting rid of all these good, talented players. Yeah, it's like the Marlins back in the day. They win a World Series. The very next year, they trade everybody away.
Reds had a really good draft this year, so they got some really good guys, and then you got some of the guys coming up out of the farm system from the Reds too that could contribute right away. They got good young talent, definitely got good young talent, but there's going to have to be some major moves in Cincinnati,
Yeah.
And it's almost not fair because they're a small market team, and unless these guys produce quick off those rookie contracts, usually they can't keep them, as you know.
Yeah, makes it hard. I mean, he had an exciting year last year. We're right there through the end of it, but you trade away some of those key pieces, and now you're right back at the drawing board once again.
I got a feeling that, once Walker Buehler comes back off the DL too, I should say IL, I guess is what they call it now. But once he gets back off of that, which they placed him on a 60-day, I have a feeling the Dodgers are going to make a big run, and start to get that best record in baseball type of team that you probably should be seeing right now.
Do you remember Roy Oswalt that used to pitch for the Astros?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was just scrolling through, it was TikTok or something the other day, and it was like contract incentives that were thrown in, some just crazy contract facts. And Roy Oswalt had in his contract that if he won a certain game in the NLCS, whatever year it was when he pitched for the Astros, he got a bulldozer. Like, that was part of his contract. They bought him a bulldozer, and he did win the game, and they bought him a bulldozer.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of incentives like that. There's some guys like, the home run derby last night, you won $1 million if you won. So Soto won $1 million, took it away from the kid Julio, who probably needed that money a little bit more. Crazy that Soto turned down that big contract, but I guess he wants to play with the Yankees or the Dodgers or somebody like that one day. But yeah, you're right, man. There's you got to have good agents, in this game, and a lot of people forget sometimes that it is a business, and that you got to take care of yourself.
1 ball and 1 strike is the count here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Batting for the Legends is Tejeda, the first baseman. It's Tejeda, Geraldo, and Estrada, the 4, 5, and 6 part of the lineup here for the Legends at the plate. We're talking with William Warfield, the king of stream, founder, owner of PrepSpin, and William, a big part of the Legends streaming process for the last 7 years. Stepped down after the season last year, but he's kept himself busy. A strikeout here to Tejeda as the new pitcher out there, Bradford, for the High Point Rockers, gets a strikeout in his first batter faced.
Mike, I can't thank you enough for all you and I have been able to do together over the years as well. Especially when we come tournament time, or we got some TV games or something like that happens over there in Richmond. It's always good catching up with you.
Well, the NFHS obviously changed things, but doing what you do, doing what we're able to do over there for the schools in Madison County, it's a different vibe, having that connection with
it's
like
more
a local business.
It is more personal.
Exactly.
We've got connections to the kids that they'll never have. Let's just say that the way that it is that
and I understand it. It's a business decision, but
right.
We've been around for a while. You've been around for longer than we have, and it's just something that we know
we can't get to every single game.
Yeah,
that's the thing, and that's where it's good, because they're doing JV games and varsity and everything.
Middle school.
Yeah, so we understand that we can't get to every game, but when PrepSpin or when you guys show up to a game, you gotta believe. WBON TV or PrepSpin is there. It's like having ESPN there. It means a lot to the kids. It means a lot to the community, and it means a lot to the coaches in the schools.
Yeah.
So,
well, the thing about what we've been able to do, you can look back on some of the games that you've done over the years, or that we've done over the years, and this is memories these kids are going to have for a lifetime. They can go back on the channels and watch them. And we've got an injury here on the catcher. Gulino is a little shaken up.
When he took a foul ball there? Or is it contact?
Might have lost a contact.
Contact, it looks like. Yeah, it was a contact.
But yeah, it's a different feel, as you said, and you got this started here, and last year, even with COVID, was still a thing, and it's back again. Obviously, it's not ever going to go away, I believe. But even when fans maybe didn't want to come out or weren't able to come out, having that as an option to watch their favorite team be a part of the game is a very big deal, and that's something that we've seen over the years kind of become a more streamlined process, and technology's obviously gotten better. You've seen that as you've grown your business, but it's just crazy how many different organizations are out there now as well.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head when you talked about technology advancing. Look at your all set up here. You guys are using NDI right now, TriCaster 3 playback there. It looks like, and you guys got a really nice setup here. So those Bird Dogs, like I said earlier, they're amazing cameras, and you can't go wrong with those. The best PTZ camera on the market. And they belong in baseball. You got to. Heck, that camera down there's got a windshield wiper on it. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's got both of them's got a windshield wiper. To when it rains, it just wipes itself off. So, but yeah, it's the technology piece has been amazing. I know as especially the computer processors, as those evolved, so of our business. You know?
Yeah.
You know, being able to put the right computers together to be able to be like the big boys, if you will, the big broadcast companies.
So we got a 1-1 count here, and a hard hit ball into left field, and another Legends home run. This time off the bat of Estrada again.
Hey, I got 3 home runs in this game, man.
How about that? And the second of the game for Estrada as he goes yard once again. And he's driven in 4 of the 5 Legends runs. They lead it 5-1 over the High Point Rockers here in the bottom of the 5th.
Wow.
Check out this shot. This one, a no-doubter this time as it just continues to carry over the left field wall. And Montrell Marshall, let's see if we can go back-to-back once again. Estrada goes home run on back-to-back plate appearances. And now Montrell Marshall, after home run number 6 in his last plate appearance, steps back up to the plate. And the first pitch strike.
This, you know, again, this ballpark has had quite the transformation, but all for the better, man. If I was a high schooler wanting to play, you know, in a state tournament, I definitely would want to play here for sure. You know, if these little leaguers, you know, that are out here that able to play their Ohio Valley Regional or whatever it is, you know, this is a great place to do it at.
Marshall, a hard hit ball right up the gut into center field. Aklinski will field it.
He sent that right back where it came from.
And the younger cousin of Brandon and P.J. Phillips for the base hit.
I'll talk a little bit real quick, you know, before I go. I got to get back down there with the family, but, you know, the history that had been made from a broadcast side here at this ballpark. You know, we were the first minor league team to ever broadcast an HD broadcast.
Okay.
Originated right here, so that's something that we got under our belt. You know, all the Sports Center top 10s, you know, nationally, you know, televised stuff that we've been able to get on here at the ballpark. That's been a special for me. Working with Emma Tiedemann, you know, a woman trying to make it in play-by-play, you know.
Yeah, she's with the Sea Dogs right now in the Red Sox organization.
She keeps moving up, man. She's, you know, she'll probably get called up to the next level here pretty soon. You know, it's been amazing, man. You know, again, you know, working with guys like you here, being able to, you know, you and I were friends before you started working here, and you know, Andy kind of listened to a vision one day. I was like, man, Andy, if we're looking for somebody, we need to call Michael. He's really got a good voice and does really well, and look at you now, man. You're still here and still doing your thing.
Well, last year it was an honor for me being able to interview the guy that did the games before.
Keith.
Keith.
Elkins.
There we go.
Yeah,
Keith Elkins. Yeah. We had Keith on a couple of different times last year, and you know, I've known Keith for a long time as well. It was really cool getting a chance to talk to him. And here's some history, like you're talking about, with this organization. And you know, he was a part of doing the games there for a while. So
Keith was Keith was our you know, guy that we had to try to evolve a little bit that first year. He's a radio guy.
Yeah.
Perfect radio guy, right? So we come in and we do the video in a different way that first year, and Keith really had to evolve around it, and he did such a great job with that. You know, they were doing, you know, TV before, but it wasn't quite like what you know what we had brought in here with the TV-like stuff. So,
Pugh, a hard hit ball in the left center field. That one's going back, and a rob in left center field. How about the robbery by Ben Aklinski, robbing his former teammate Tillman Pugh? Check out this replay. That one was going back. Pugh thought he had it all. Aklinski dropping back at the wall, able to make the catch, and a extra bases robbed by Ben Aklinski.
Right around that particular area there, I remember we had a Sports Center top 10 similar robbery, a little bit more over the fence, but I remember we had a Sports Center top 10 around there. It's one of the Royals guys that got called up.
Well, William, it's been it's been fun catching up to you. We got the 19th of August when football starts. We're right around the corner.
Yeah, kickoff right around the corner. And they're playing 2 scrimmages this year too. So literally, in 2 weeks' time, we're gonna start bringing coverage to everybody. So I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a great football season. You got that kid over at LCA is gonna tear it up, and then
is he a senior? Be a senior this year?
Is he junior or senior?
He may be a junior. I can't
I'm thinking
remember.
he's a junior, but he may be.
Yeah,
I want to say he's a junior, but we'll see.
Well, folks, don't forget, check out GoPrepSpin.com if you want some more information. Just watch the games this year. And
yeah, you just go directly to PrepSpin.com, and our video site. You can go directly to it by going to go.prepspin.com to see what we got coming up. But hopefully I'll see you over in Richmond a couple times too, and be able to work with you guys a little bit.
Be glad to do it, my man. That's it's that time of year, high school football right around the corner. That's when our jobs really ramp up, and you got the Prep Spin podcast. Oh, you had Kyle Rode on there here recently.
I did. That was just kind of something that was on a whim that. Kyle was like, I really need to get my book out there. I said, let's do a podcast. And so that's how that happened. I said, let's just do a podcast about it. It turned out really well, He's definitely grown up, man. I remember he used to be so shy talking on the camera. Now he talks a lot, and it just made the show so much better. So
yeah, he's a really good. Is he still at Liberty, or did he graduate last year?
He's at Liberty still. He's got 2 years remaining.
Left. Okay.
He got the COVID year, and then he graduated, but he's got that
the extra year. Yeah.
So.
And Kyle's, he's playing now in the same conference as Eastern EKU, so I got to see him a couple times last year.
Yeah, what he said was he's getting his master's, so that gives him a year, and then he's got his COVID year.
Okay.
So he's got 2.
Well, good deal. Be cool to see another local player have a chance to do some things. And Kyle Rode, a really good player, played at LCA and was a member. Did they win region? No, they won the All-A class.
They won the All-A state championship 1 year, and then they were 3 times district champions in a row, which is, in the 43rd, it's one of the toughest districts in the state.
Well, I remember doing a game. It was LCA and Madison Central, and I think LCA won on the last second shot. That might have been 2019. Might have been Kyle's senior year.
Yeah.
When they had him and Carter Hendrickson, had a really good team.
That was a special team.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Madison Central usually always gets everybody coming out of Lexington. Always, it seems like. It's you guys, Coach Feldhouse, outstanding coach over there.
Yeah, he's a legend in his own right.
Yeah, he's definitely Hall of Famer.
Winston Lavendier out there now for the Lexington Legends, and he's facing off against Jay Gonzalez. Got a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Gonzalez tonight, 1 for 2, a single to right field on the strikeout. He'll bat here in the 6th inning, leading things off. And Lavendier will get the sign. The 1-2 pitch is taken inside, evening things up now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, a perfect night for baseball. These two teams getting together here in Lexington. They'll play another game tomorrow at noon, and then back here on Thursday evening for a 6 o'clock start. Steve Tressler will have those games for you. Tom Gross will be here with you on Friday and Saturday, and I'll be back on Sunday afternoon for the final game of this homestand for the Legends.
Michael, I can't thank you enough, man, for allowing me to come up here and talking with you guys and catch up with you.
Anytime you're at the ballpark, man, come up and hang out with us. We'll make Keith and Hugh buy some hot dogs on Tuesday.
Looking good, man.
Appreciate it, bro. Okay.
Congratulations again on
the
daughter, man. That's amazing.
Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing each other pretty soon. Football right around the corner, and anytime you're up that way, holler at me, and I'll buy lunch, and we'll charge it to Hugh.
There you go.
That's William Warfield, Prep Spin, the king of stream. William, appreciate you joining me, man. Have a good rest of the night with the family down there watching the Legends play. And we'll get back to the action here. Always a pleasure catching up with Warfield, the king of stream, folks, with Prep Spin. He was here for so long as a member of this organization, being the key cog and streaming these games here on the Legends platforms. Gonzalez with that base hit, giving now 6 hits in the game for the Rockers. Gonzalez now 2 for 3 in the ball game. Now it's Gulino, the Rockers catcher, at the plate. 0-1 as Lavendier will throw over to try to get Gonzalez. Lexington with a 5-1 lead. 3 home runs in the game, 2 off the bat of Rusmir Estrada, and 1 from Montrell Marshall. All 5 runs driven in courtesy of a home run. Here's a hard hit ball into center field. Boog Powell backing up, and he'll make the play in left center. I thought maybe for a moment that Tillman Pugh might add to that home run total, but a hard hit ball into left center field. After looking at the replay, it was going to be about a foot or two shy from going over the wall, but Ben Aklinski making that jumping catch at the wall to rob Pugh of extra bases. Now Giovanni Alfonso bats for the Rockers against Lavendier. Alfonso tonight, an RBI single to right center field, and he's grounded into a double play of the 4-6-3 variety back in the 4th inning. So he's driven in the only run of the game tonight for the Rockers. Lavendier in for David LeBron, and he's trying to keep this lead intact. 5-1 at the moment, and it's a 0-1 count to Alfonso. Giovanni batting .303 on the year, a couple of home runs, 21 RBI on the season. This one's hit hard down the third base line. It'll get foul. Grounder over to second base. Cuevas will step on the bag for 1 and throw over to Tejeda for the inning double play. Alfonso has grounded into 2 of them tonight. That one ends the 6th, and it's still a 4-run lead for the Legends as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning here live on the Legends YouTube channel. Boog Powell leading things off for the Legends in the bottom of the sixth, a 5-1 lead. Powell tonight 0 for 2. He's popped up to short and flew out to center field. And sandwiched in between those two outs, a walk in the second inning for Boog. We'll take a strike there as the count goes to 1-1 here in the bottom of the sixth. Good shot there of Chris Minner. First base umpire tonight. 1-1 the count as another pitching change for the Rockers in there. We've already seen Scalero, Kyle Mott, and Bradford. Now Jonathan Crawford in the game for High Point. Fourth pitcher of the game for the Rockers. We make our way through the sixth. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Powell will foul it off. Two balls, two strikes to Boog Powell here in the sixth inning. Powell with 8 home runs on the season, a terrific leadoff hitter and a tremendous defensive center fielder. He'll hit one hard into center field himself, backing up is Aklinski, and Powell will go off the wall. Boog rounding second, a throw in by Aklinski will not be in time, and a easy triple for Powell. That's one way to lead off an inning. Boog Powell, a hard hit ball into center field, and leadoff man aboard for the Legends now just 90 feet away for Phillip Irvin. So see if Phillip Urban can get himself going 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts for the Legends right fielder tonight. Irvin will chop her over to third and fielded and thrown over in time as Irvin now goes 0 for 4 with that ground out to third base. And that'll bring up Courtney Hawkins to the plate. You know, the Hawk would love him chance at a RBI. And with Powell just 90 feet away down the line at third, the Hawk can get home run or make it RBI number 74. If he goes yard here, it would be home run number 30 on the season. So the Hawk bats tonight. Courtney 2 for 3, a single, a double, and a strikeout. Crowd comes to life as Big Al gets them going. And Hawkins awaits the pitch from Crawford. Outside, ball 1, and Hawkins holds up that left hand to let Boog Powell know that the ball didn't get away and to stay put at third base. A 1-0 count to Hawkins. Crawford's pitch. Outside 2-0, and Hawkins a guy you don't want to fall behind against. A 5-1 lead for the Legends. Big Al ramping them up once again. The Hawk awaiting the 2-0. And it misses. 3 balls, no strikes to Hawkins. See if Crawford gives him something to offer out here. The 3-0 pitch. Hawkins might be the only guy in the ALPB with a 3-0 green light, but he takes, and he'll get the 1-out walk. Asias Tejeda now comes to the plate for the Legends. The first baseman tonight has walked, lined out to third, and struck out. So 0 for 2 for Tejeda. You want to just avoid the double play ball here if you are Tejeda, because you got Boog Powell at third, Hawkins at first. Runners at the corners with just one down here in the sixth inning. A chance to add an insurance run if you're Lexington. Pitch low and away, ball 1 to Tejeda. As he bats here in the bottom of the sixth inning, Michael Watkins here with you. Glad to have you along for some Legends baseball on the YouTube channel for the Lexington Legends. The defending ALPB champs trying to get into a groove here in the second half of the season. Just 4-7 on the year, losers of 4 straight, but a 4-run lead at the moment and a chance to end that game or end that losing streak. One and one as Tejeda awaits. Crawford, a 2.66 ERA on the season, but in trouble here. Pitch low and inside, now 2-1. Crawford checks on Powell at third. The 2-1 pitch. Hawkins taking off. Low hit and run action. And Powell will come in to score. The double steal was on. And Boog Powell will come in. Check out the replay. Tejeda offers at the pitch. They try to cut it off. Alfonso bobbles it and had no shot at getting Powell at home. Make it 6-1 Legends. And for the first time tonight, Lexington scores a run without the home run being the cause of it. And a stolen base for Boog Powell as he comes in to score and make it now 6-1 Legends in front here in the sixth inning. Tejeda takes a pitch outside. Just one down here in the inning. One out. And the count is full to the Lexington first baseman. Hawkins takes his lead off of second, and the payoff pitch. Tejeda takes low, and Crawford will walk another batter. 2 in a row for Crawford, and the Legends have 2 aboard once again. Manuel Geraldo now comes to the plate for the Legends. Geraldo playing over at short. Tonight he's 0 for 2. He's grounded into a fielder's choice at third base, grounded out to second, and both of those at-bats sandwiched in with a walk between. Walked back in the third, grounded out in the first and the fifth. And Geraldo bats in the sixth with 2 aboard and 1 down. And now a 6-1 lead for the home team. Crawford will check on Hawkins, the lead runner. Tejeda at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Geraldo will ground over to short. A chance to turn 2. They'll go to second for 1. Throw over to first is in time. And Geraldo will ground into an inning double play. But the Legends tack on a run. It's now 6-1 as we go to the 7th inning in Lexington on the Legends YouTube channel. We go back live here on the Legends YouTube channel. Michael Russell will lead things off here in the top of the 7th inning. It's Russell, Aklinski, and Wheel for the Rockers. Russell tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. That pitch a called strike. Russell takes another one on the inside corner, and the count evens back up. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on the Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins here with you. Lexington trying to end a 4-game losing streak. It's Russell, Aklinski, and Wheel, the left fielder. The 2-2 from Jeff Johnson, grounded up the middle. Cuevas will come over and field, and a good throw over to first in time for out number 1. And Aklinski now comes to the plate. Aklinski tonight has walked, grounded out to short, and flown out to center field in his 3 plate appearances thus far. The former Lexington legend with 11 home runs on the season, 41 RBI, been a big piece of this Legends team last year. Good to see him back here in Lexington. He'll ground into the Rockers dugout and fall behind 0-2. Aklinski last year was top 5 in almost all of the offensive categories as a member of the Legends. He was top 5 in home runs for a long part of the season, average, RBI. I mean, the guy did it all last year as a member of this Legends organization. The 0-2 is swung on and missed, and he'll go down on strikes as Jeff Johnson gets him swinging. And that'll bring up Will. Will tonight, a strikeout, a single, and a pop-up. He's 1 for 3 in the contest. Batting .285 with 20 home runs on the year and 64 RBI. Pitch catches the inside corner as Johnson's coming in, throwing some heat, 90 miles per hour on the gun there to get ahead 0-1. This one fouled off back near the Mattress Overstock Stables, pushing the count to 0-2. Johnson coming in, pitching well during his 7th inning. Lavendier came in, pitched a scoreless 6th inning for the Legends. Johnson with the 0-2. Coming inside, just missing as the count jumps to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Xander Wheel, really the only real power threat in this lineup for the Rockers. Aklinski, Downs, guys that can go yard, but this guy here at the plate, really the only consistent power threat that the Rockers have had this season. This pitch, did he go around, check swing? He did not. Even the batter thought he struck out. Chris Mentor, the first base umpire, did not agree, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Downs in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Johnson's pitch, grounded over to Geraldo at short. And Tejeda has to come off the bag, but he'll make the catch and apply the tag For out number 3, a 1-2-3 inning for Johnson. Still a 6-1 lead for the good guys here at home, the Legends in front. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere on the Legends YouTube channel.
Scoring.
Scott doing a rundown, or is it? Howard hits this one, rocket, and diving catch.
They're going to throw home. He's safe. The throw to first. He's safe. Throw to first. That's laced right at the second baseman. Wave us up one. Over to first. Double play. Stay in shape. This is a little bouncer. Going to be a tough play. And they lose it, and he's going to be safe, and the run's going to score. 2-2 pitch. Hit well. Hit deep. Hit high. It's fair. It's gone. Home run.
Coming to the plate for the Legends is Rusmir Estrada again. And tonight, Estrada, a pair of jacks, a 3-run home run, and a solo shot. He's 3 for 3 in the ball game, adding a single to left field as well. Got an 0-1 count here to begin this at-bat. That pitch out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count to the Legends catcher. Batting here in the bottom of the 7th inning, leading things off. Estrada awaits the 1-1 pitch. Out of the zone, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Estrada sees the count even up now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. And Crawford misses again, running the count full. Let's see if Estrada can keep this 3 for 3 day alive. He cannot. He'll strike out looking. He does not like the call. Checks back at the home plate umpire has some words as he walks to the dugout. But one down here in the 7th inning for the Legends. So an 0-1 count to Marshall as he bats with one down here in the 7th. Crawford lets one go by. It's 1 ball, 1 strike with one down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And a 6-1 lead for the home team. Legends trying to end a 4-game losing streak. Facing off against the High Point Rockers, who have been the worst team in the ALPB since the start of the second half of the season. Marshall will foul this one off into the stands. The 1-2 outside, count evens up at 2-2. In the first half of the year, the High Point Rockers 39-27, finishing second to Gastonia in the first half of the season. But in the second half, just one win. They lost 10 straight before getting that win on Sunday to end the 10-game losing streak. But now the Legends trying to put them back on the schneid with a 6-1 lead here in the 7th. Lexington right now in the midst of a 4-game losing streak, trying to end that. Nobody has been able to touch the Gastonia Honey Hunters, who are 11-0, a perfect undefeated mark in the second half of the season, as Marshall strikes out swinging. Now it's Cesar Cuevas. Crawford with 2 down. Delivers a pitch on the outside corner. Strike 1. The 0-1 from Crawford. Misses. 1 ball and a strike. 2 down here in the inning. Here's the 1-1. Missing 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 count to Cesar Cuevas. Batting here in the bottom of the 7th inning on the Legends YouTube channel. Game winding down here in Lexington. Swing and a miss. Cuevas will see the count even up at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 7th. Crawford looking for a 1-2-3 7th inning. He'll set and deliver and just miss up high. Oh, we got attendance number in the house. Whoever is the furthest away from guessing the right number has to buy hot dogs for the entire crew up here tonight. Cuevas will coax the walk. I'm going to say 24-19. Keith, 24-20. What do you say? All right, I'm writing them down. What did he say? 22-11. Let's see what our number is. 2477. Wow, Keith. Wow. Had to go one above me. I said 24-19. Keith says 24-20. Bill, what'd you say? 42-11. And it was 2477 the number tonight? 2477 paid attendance. Tillman Pugh batting here for the Legends after the Cuevas walk. Pugh tonight 0 for 3. And a stolen base by Cuevas at second base after a swinging strike miss by Pugh. Check out the swing and a miss and the stolen base for Cesar. He's able to slide in, avoiding the tag by Alfonso. And there are fireworks in the background behind center field. Could have swore the 4th of July was a couple of weeks ago, but maybe these folks just found the fireworks in their garage and forgot they had them. That pitch misses, fouled off by Pugh, so it's still 0-2. 0-2 to the Legends DH, Tillman Pugh, who struck out, grounded out, and flown out tonight. That fly out to left center field was a brutal one. It was about 2 feet shy of a home run by Pugh, but his former teammate Ben Aklinski made a jumping grab at the wall in left center field to record the out. And Pugh will go down swinging once again to make it an 0 for 4 night, but the Legends still lead it by 5, 6-1 as we go to the 8th here in Lexington on the Legends YouTube channel. 0-1 count to Jerry Downs, who leads things off here in the top of the 8th inning. High Point Rockers with some work to do. Down by 5 here in the 8th inning. Daniel Gibson now in the game for the Legends. That pitch fouled off, and Downs has his count jumped to 1-2. Got to have you along here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Gibson awaiting the sign from Estrada, and the 1-2 pitch. Grounded down the first base line and foul. One and two, the count to Jerry Downs, first baseman for the High Point Rockers. 272 average for Downs as Daniel Gibson works, gets the sign, and the pitch. Just missing outside. These two teams will face off tomorrow, a 12:30 or a 12:05 start tomorrow here at the ballpark. Then on Thursday, 6:35, right back here, the same two teams will wrap up a 3-game series. And then the Staten Island Ferry Hawks come into town for a 3-game stint with the Legends. If you can't make it out to Wild Health Field, all the games available here on the Legends YouTube channel. You can buy your tickets now on the Legends website. Tomorrow will be Splash Day at the ballpark, Thirsty Thursday and Bark in the Park on Thursday, a mystery giveaway on Friday, Strikeout Cancer Jersey Auction and postgame fireworks on the 23rd, and then on Sunday, it'll be Sunday Fun Day. At a 2:05 start, I'll be back here on the call for you on that Sunday night. Full count to Jerry Downs. Downs working against Gibson. And the pitch is hit hard down the first base line. Count will stay full. A good at-bat here, Bruin. Payoff pitch once again as Gibson gets the sign and delivers. And Downs again fouls it off. What an at-bat here with Jerry Downs now getting his 9th pitch from Gibson. Once more, the payoff pitch. And this time it's going to be grounded over to Tejeda. Gibson will field and step on the bag. Some fancy footwork there from Daniel Gibson. And she's able to step on the bag. 10 pitches make it in that at-bat between Gibson and Jerry Downs. A beautiful shot there of Wild Health Field. Judith and the gang do a great job here as the production crew of getting you all the right angles. And we got a pinch hitter coming in. That's number 10 for the Rockers, Chris Proctor. The proctologist will pinch hit. He'll face off against Gibson. First at-bat of the night for Proctor, who's got 16 RBI and a 3.05 average coming into the game tonight, the backup catcher for the Rockers. 0-1 to Proctor as Gibson, another lefty, at the plate. Gets a swing and a miss for 0-2 now. Proctor awaits, and Gibson with the 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and Proctor down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 down for Ladendorf, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a pair of walks. A 1-1 to Ladendorf, immediately out of the gate from Gibson. Daniel looking for a 1-2, 3/8, just like Jeff Johnson got a 1-2, 3/7 inning. Pitch up in the zone, missing a ball and a strike to the Rockers shortstop. Ladendorf batting .246, a home run shy of double digits on the season, 9 of them so far, and 28 ribbies. Crowd still hanging around thus far as these two teams battle it out in the top of the 8th inning. The 1-1 is hit hard down the right field line. It'll get foul. Beautiful skyline down the left field line as the Rockers and the Legends, both teams desperate for wins. Legends 4-7 in the midst of a 4-game losing streak. The Rockers were 0-10 before winning on Sunday, just 1 win in the second half of the season, trying to string a couple of wins together themselves. That pitch missing inside as the count jumps to 2-2. Of course, the Major League Baseball All-Star game tonight. It's 3-2 right now on the top of the 4th with the American League on top of the National League. Gibson missing again, and after an 0-2 start to the at-bat, it's now full 3-2 to Ladendorf. Three balls, 2 strikes to Tyler Ladendorf. Gibson, a big breath and a big pitch, and it'll be grounded over to Marshall at third. Montrell will throw over to first. Tejeda, a good stretch and a good dig out to secure the out. And a 1-2-3 inning for Daniel Gibson as he preserves a 5-run lead for the Legends, folks. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Lexington looking for more on the YouTube channel for your Lexington Legends. Boog Powell will lead things off for the Legends here in the bottom of the 8th. It's Powell, Irvin, and Hawkins. 1, 2, 3, part of the order. First pitch strike. Grounder over to first, and Downs will make the play. Phillip Irvin now bats after the ground out by the Legends center fielder. See if Irvin can get off the schneid. 0 for 4 tonight with a pair of strikeouts and a pair of ground outs to the left side of the infield. Irvin struck out in the first and the second, grounded out to short in the fourth, and grounded out to third in the sixth inning. This year, 7 home runs and 32 RBI. The former first-round draft pick by the Cincinnati Reds. Takes one inside as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count to Irvin. Here's a pitch outside, and Johnson, who's 0 for 2 with a 7.94 ERA on the year, misses as the count goes in favor of the Legends right fielder. 2 balls and a strike to Irvin now. Hawkins in the on-deck circle. He'll bat at some point this inning. We'll see if it's with 2 outs or if Irvin will get a board for him. 3-1 to Phillip Irvin. Bottom of the 8th, Legends in front, 6-1 here on the Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins, glad to be with you here, folks, on another fantastic night of baseball, and Irvin will get a base hit. First time tonight that Phillip Irvin gets on base for the Legends. A single to left field. And that'll bring up Hawkins once again. Courtney been aboard 3 times tonight. A pair of base hits, a single and a double, and a walk in his last plate appearance. The Legends 6 runs on 11 hits tonight. 4 runs in the third, 1 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth for Lexington. Hawkins swing through. Strike 1, had bad intentions on that swing. Phillip Irvin's got good speed over at first. The 0-1. Hawkins will foul it off down the third baseline, and he'll fall behind 0-2. So Hawkins will let one go by. Irvin will take second base, and the Hawks now has the count at a 1-2 strike in favor of Joe Johnson. Johnson coming in relief of Crawford, who came in relief of Bradford, who came in relief of Kyle Mott, who came in to relieve Scalero. 1-2 strikes to Courtney Hawkins. Now the double play ball not in effect. The pitch, and Courtney will foul it off once again. That one hit hard, and luckily nobody in that seat. Hawkins awaiting the 1-2. Johnson will get the sign from Gulino, and he'll come in. And that one off the edge of the bat of Hawkins. Cool. Hawkins with a smile as Tejeda hit that one back in play from foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hawkins still with that 1-2 count. Irvin will take his lead off of second. Johnson with the 1-2. And Hawkins, a hard hit ball to center field, or from the scratch tag. It looked like it was hard hit, but it was just hard hit up into the sky. Came right back down and into the glove of Alfonso at second base. Asias Tejeda will now dig in for the Legends. Tejeda, 14 home runs on the season. Has hit the ball pretty well in the second half of the year. A walk in the first and a walk in the sixth. Bookending an 0-for-2 day thus far for Tejeda. He hit a line drive to the third baseman for the Rockers back in the third inning as Irvin's able to steal third. And Tejeda also struck out in the fifth. So 0-for-2 with a pair of walks. And now the manager for the Rockers is going to come out. Check out this replay here. How close was that? He missed. He missed the tag. So the manager came out and gives his spiel. And cooler heads prevail as Irvin is safe at third. So Tejeda a chance to drive in an insurance run for the Legends. Already a 6-1 lead here in the 8th inning with 2 down and a 1-0 count to the Lexington first baseman. Pitch gets away. Irvin unable to advance as Gulino able to keep it in front of him. Two 2-0 now as Johnson works here in the bottom of the 8th. Legends will be 3 outs away from ending the 4-game skid. If they can, or as we go into the 9th, another wild pitch from Johnson. He's all over the place. Like Hugh Davis at Golden Corral. Hugh, the Golden Corral in Richmond's burnt down, man. Or it's burnt. Got the... Yeah. Three-0 count. Sonny's. 3-0 and a swing and a miss by Tejeda. Three and 1 is Tejeda. Awaits the pitch. Crowd starting to come to life once again. Johnson. And a strike 2 call. So from 3-0 to 3-2, a full count. Payoff pitch coming. Tejeda with Irvin at third. The 3-2 delivery from Johnson. And did he check swing? Did he go around? He did. Strike 3. Irvin will be stranded over at third as the inning comes to an end. Tejeda strikes out, but the Legends in front 6-1 as we go to the 9th. 3 outs away from a victory. We'll step aside and come right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're live on the Legends YouTube channel. Austin Adams will come in to pitch for the Legends, and 3 outs away from a 5-7 record in the second half of the season. We all start back at 0. Zero when we start the second half of the year, and that's what the Legends have done. 5-7 if they get this victory tonight, and this win will end a 4-game losing streak. Jay Gonzalez, Gulino, and Alfonso, the 7, 8, 9 part of the order for the Rockers, will start things off on a 94-mile-per-hour fastball out of the hand of Austin Adams to start the at-bat against Gonzalez. The 0-1, make it 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Gonzalez. The right fielder for the High Point Rockers batting here in the top of the 9th inning. Rockers again needing 5 to extend the contest. And Gonzalez with a little excuse me swing to foul it off and stay alive. Nothing in 2 to Gonzalez. That one way up in the zone, 94 on the gun. Adams 0-2 this year, an ERA of 6 on the year. But trying to get a quick inning here and get this victory for his team. Another wild pitch, 94 on the gun again, but missing up and away. Adams looking like he's pressing on these last 2 pitches as the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Estrada gives the sign, and the pitch is fouled off. So the count staying even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good at bat here in the top of the 9th for Gonzalez as he leads things off against Austin Adams. And the 2-2 pitch is grounded down the line at third. It'll get past Marshall. It'll roll into the kind of crevice of the wall. Bounce off the wall into the glove of Courtney Hawkins. But a leadoff double for Jay Gonzalez. That'll bring Gulino to the plate. Michael tonight has struck out, singled to left field, and flown out to left field. 1 for 3 for the Rockers catcher. Pitch up in the zone, ball 1 as Adams tries to find the strike zone against the bottom of the order here for the High Point Rockers, and a 5-run lead for the Legends. Adams will check on the runner, and a swing and a miss for Gulino. That one 93 miles per hour on the fastball from Adams. Austin, 35 years of age, born in 1986, August the 19th, 1986. That pitch fouled off, and Gulino behind 1-2 as the Bat Boys run after it. A little race to see who could get the foul ball. Adams, the oldest pitcher on the staff for the Legends. Missing outside as the count evens up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Michael Gulino. See if Adams can get an out here. Try to give him some confidence to close this thing out. And this pitch hit hard. It'll get back and over top of the big league roofing roofs here at the ballpark. Two the count. Gulino staying alive. Couple of foul balls this at bat. Adams checks on Gonzalez and the pitch. Down looking goes Gulino, and Gulino cannot believe it. Might have an argument there. That one was outside, but it looked like it caught the outside corner. Adams will get the strikeout as he tosses down the rosin. And that'll bring up Giovanni Alfonso. Gonzalez will take his lead off of second. Russell now in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss for strike one to Alfonso, who tonight drove in the only run of the game for the High Point Rockers back in the second inning, an RBI single to right center field that drove in Leidendorf. And in his last 2 plate appearances since then has grounded into a 4-6-3 double play and a 4-3 inning double play back in the 6th. That one on the outside corner puts Adams ahead 0-2. He's had an 0-2 count versus all 3 batters this inning. Gonzalez was able to get the double down the left field line. Gulino worked the count full before eventually striking out, and now it's Alfonso behind 0-2. Pitch grounded over to short. Geraldo will field it, throw over in time. So 1 out away from a victory for the Legends. And Michael Russell, the leadoff man, will bat. Russell batting just .213, not a great average for a leadoff hitter. Tonight 0 for 3 with a walk. He walked back in the first that led off the ball game. 2 down. First pitch, Adams, grounder over to Geraldo. Russell kind of stumbled coming out of the gate. Geraldo throws over to first. And an easy out, number 3, as the 4-game losing streak comes to an end for the good guys, and they get the victory 6-1 over the High Point Rockers. A great showing for the Legends here at home tonight in front of a crowd of over 2,400 people. 6 runs, 11 hits for Lexington tonight. They get 4 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. High Point scored the first run of the game way back in the 2nd inning, but they fall short 6-1, 1 run on 7 hits. For Lexington tonight, a really good game all around for the pitching staff. David LeBron got the start. He goes 5 innings, 1 earned run, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Lavendier went 1 inning, gave up just 1 hit. Johnson and Gibson go an inning each, allowing no hits. And then Austin Adams comes in, gives up 1 hit, strikes out 1, and closes out the ball game for the Lexington Legends. Final score is 6-1. Good guys get the victory. They'll be back in action tomorrow at 12:05 start right here at Wild Health Field. If you can't make it out to the ball game, Steve Tressler will have the call for you tomorrow afternoon. And you can watch all the action right here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. We'll see you next time, folks. Have a good rest of your Tuesday night.